Hey guys, welcome back to Vlogmas Day 7. So today's vlog is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be attempting a 24-hour reading challenge. I have never done this. I think I've tried to film it once but it just went out the window. I watch Destiny do it all the time. I watch Rachel Catherine, Hayley Pham, you know, all the booktubers that do it all the time, and I really want to do it, and I thought it'd be a great vlog idea because I obviously upload my videos the day after that set Vlogmas day, so it will work because I've just finished day 6, so if I start now then I'll have enough time to finish it. But I want to preface, I will try as much as I can to try and get to the 24-hour mark. I don't know how likely that is, but we will see. So it's currently 5:17. I will start a timer to keep track of it and show you guys. I have 14 minutes left before my meatballs are ready to eat. So I'm going to read and then I'll come and give you guys an update. The book I'm going to be reading in this challenge is A Quarter Silver Flames by Sarah J Maas. I'm currently over halfway. I'm on page 450. So I really want to see how much I can get done in this video. I did mention in my previous video that I would love to have this done by Christmas Day. So we'll see how we go. So I thought this would be the best video to try and motivate me to read a bit more. I'm not in a reading slump. I was in a reading slump a while ago with this book, but with Sarah J Maas's ACOTAR series, I get into one reading slump in the book and then I'll just keep going until I finished it. So we've had the reading slump, we're all good. Because I'm so far into it, and to be fair, it is like the 5th installment, not the 5th installment, the 5th book in the ACOTAR series, it would be very difficult for me not to spoil things. So I'm just going to kind of give you a progress report about where I'm up to in the book. Okay, so I'm on page 468. I realized that when I started reading it said I started at 450. On my Kindle, I was a couple pages ahead, so I'm still gonna say 450 because I can't remember the number I actually started on. To give context on where I am, I'm up to the bit where Nesta and Cassian are friends with benefits for YouTube friendly terms. Nesta's just come out and said that why don't we combine Illyrian and Valkyrie's like training together and create a new thing, because obviously the Valkyries died out many years ago, so Nesta's kind of trying to create a new female army with the priestesses, and obviously I can't remember the other girl's name from the mountains who owns the shop. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So I'm also just been reading about how Feyre has said that they need to tell Nesta how her power has been infiltrated the 3 tools she made, the sword, the dagger, and the other sword, the long sword. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I can definitely tell it's starting to get a lot more intense. They ran into Tamlin when Eris was talking to Cassian and Nesta because they were on the Spring Court land, and so Nesta threatened not only Eris but also Tamlin when Tamlin saw Eris there, because obviously no one knows that Eris is talking to them. So yeah, I'm really enjoying Nesta's character progression. She's really truly shining through now, and I think she's doing everything that she not wants to do, but has found passion in, because at the start she wasn't interested in anything, and I think that partially comes because of her human world experience. Like, she didn't get much, so what is she to know what she wants to do or not? But yeah, I'm really enjoying seeing the confidence. I also really love how, like, still including her trying to make her way to the bottom of the stairs at the House of Wind, the 10,000 stairs. I think that's just also a great thing. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, just so you know where I'm starting at. But I'm gonna put you on charge now, and I will either talk to you tonight when I've read a lot more, or tomorrow morning. But we'll see how we go, because I've really got to charge my camera. I think I got to invest in a new battery so that I have always one on the charger and then one in my camera. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I also want to say I am not a fast reader necessarily. I am fast in comparison to some other people, but I am not one of those people like Destiny who can read a whole, like the whole of a Court of Flames in one sitting kind of thing. Not one sitting, but like in a 24-hour challenge. If I was to somehow do that, I'd be very impressed and I'd be very happy, but I'm not like that. And I know Destiny prefaces that, you know, she's impressed with it herself. Like, it is a thing, that's a gift that's just incredible, but I just want to use her as an example. Love reading, so it's nice to have a authentic challenge as well, because obviously so many booktubers, it's their job to review books, read books, do the 24-hour challenge things, and so half the time, because they're reading all the time, their pace quickens because they're able to read more because they're reading so much, if that makes sense. So for them, it's easy to knock out 2 or 3 books in a 24-hour challenge. But for me, for someone who just reads as a leisurely thing when they can, I'm not consistently reading. So I'm trying to get back into consistently reading, but I've been really good at reading before bed, but we'll see how they go. But I just want to preface that, just because I don't want anyone having a high expectation. So it is now 6:49 and I, just to show you, have read 1 hour and 23 minutes. I also want to clarify that basically what I'm going to do with this challenge is I'm going to time myself, but the 24 hours is going to be based on the time I started this challenge, so 5:10. So 5:10 tomorrow afternoon is when I will close out the challenge, and then the timer is actually to see how many hours I've read in that 24 hours, if that kind of makes sense. I know Rachel Catherine splits her 24 hours into 2 days, so does 12 hours one day and 12 hours another day. Destiny just goes straight through with it, but I think that's better for me because in reality I highly doubt I'm going to be able to read for 24 hours. So yes, a little update. I am now on page 502, chapter 50. It feels surreal that I've actually gotten this far in the book, because when I picked it up I truly did not think I was going to get into it, and especially when Hayley Fran said she DNF'd it, I was a little bit concerned I wouldn't like it, but I'm definitely liking it. It is getting to really more intriguing parts. Things are starting to get intense. So basically where I left off, Feyre voted on telling Nesta about the swords and their magic. Cassian told Nesta pinpointed on the fact that Amren had voted against her and they had prolonged telling her, and they had actually just all voted, period, full stop. So she had gone to Amren's place, cabin, I think, barged in on her and basically had a go at her. I can't remember Amren's lover or partner, I can't remember his name now, it starts with a V, was in the room. So he sprinted out and notified Feyre what was going on. Feyre came and basically, in Nesta's rage of how she was being treated by the court, honed in on the thing that Feyre didn't know, which is how her baby has wings and therefore her body is not adapted to be able to give birth to her son, because she does not have a pelvis that is shaped to fit wings through. So Nesta told her, which then obviously caused a whole thing, and Rhysand got furious at her. Cassian ends up having to take her away, and now they're kind of going on a hike. I believe I'm kind of at the end of the hike. They've kind of just gone over the last peak and now they're setting up camp for the night, so we'll see what happens. She's just broke down, and that's where I left off. Feyre's mind contacted Cassian, telling him that Rhysand's calmed right down. Cassian's told him that she's taking Nesta on this long hike so that she can just, as like a punishment kind of thing. So yeah, I find it very interesting. I think things are starting to churn up. I'm kind of getting nervous to see what occurs now in regards to the war and also Feyre having the child. What I love about this book the most is that even though perspective has switched from Feyre and Rhys to Cassian and Nesta, you are still hearing the stories of the other characters. I love the way that it's written out like that. You are just still hearing from 2 people, but you're also hearing from all the other characters you love and their development. And honestly, I truly hope Azriel and Elaine get together. I just think they're meant for each other. I truly think that's kind of who I want to get together. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm gonna take a break from it because I think 1.5 hours is quite a long time for me to read and I need a break. So I'm gonna go and edit today's video and then see how we go from there. All I need to do is peel some potatoes for Jack for when he gets home to cook dinner, but he doesn't finish work till 8:15, so I'm not gonna do that till around there anyway. And he's closing the store, so realistically he won't won't be home till like 8:30. So yeah, that's kind of what's happening. But yeah, as I've said with every other Sarah J Maas book thus far, it gets to the point where you get towards the end and it starts to really pick up. Yes, I'm gonna go and edit because it's basically just montage footage. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, because probably the next time I pick up the camera will be tonight when I'm reading before bed. So I'm gonna let my camera charge overnight because I keep pulling it off charge. So I hope you all enjoyed that little bit of an update. It's currently 8:27 and we're getting ready to go to the gym, and we're also doing our shopping list because we're going to the grocery shop after the gym. But I thought I would film. I know it's not part of the 24-hour reading challenge, and I will give you an update when I get home. I'm gonna try the Sour Worm pre-workout by Naked Harvest. I got it, would have seen it in like Vlogmas day 2, but let's see how we go. I've literally been filmed. It smells good. Oh, it's nice.
Wow.
That's not sour. I didn't think I would. I didn't think I liked pre-workout. It's now 2:15 and I'm home. We got home probably like 11. So this morning I laid out my gym clothes last night, got up, went to the gym, felt really good, and then we went to the grocery shopping. And when we came out of the gym, the weather was so lovely, so we're like, let's go to the beach for an hour after we do our groceries. Got home, got out of the car, and there was a chill breeze, so the weather's just taken a full 360 turn. So we decided to just stay in. We ate lunch and we watched some Criminal Minds together. He's now gone and doing some studying because his last exam is next Wednesday. I thought I'd give you a bit of an update as to where I was in regards to Aqua to Silver Flames. So I've read, let me just check my timer. So my timer, I've read for approximately 2 hours, and I think that's realistic for me. I didn't expect a crazy amount of hours in the grand scheme of 24 hours, but I just think it's fun. It's a 24-hour challenge. It doesn't mean you have to read for 24 hours straight, but that's my interpretation of the challenge. I got onto page 524, so I'm into the last section of the book, which is really exciting. Feyre and Elaine were explaining about how Nesta has a real love for music and dance. Elaine was telling the story of how Nesta got revenge on a girl that was jealous of Elaine's beauty, and we're also following the rest of the mountain story where Nesta ends up getting really upset and breaking down and being open to Cassian. So I really hope this is kind of where things have turned around and she starts to do things for herself and change the way she is as a person, but we'll see how we go. And then Gwen has kind of made it obvious that she also has a bad past, as Nesta had opened up to what had happened and on some things. So now she's joining them in a religious ceremony where she's listening to them all sing. And yeah, it sounds really good, but they're back to training, learning the new skills and things like that. So that's kind of where I'm at off the top of my head. I am honestly, I tell you what, the best thing is about this challenge is the fact I've read so much. I usually would not have read that much over the course of a day. I have around 3 hours left until the challenge is over.
Hi camera. You've been stolen, much to Sarah's disgust. Just showing you I'm working, doing some things that's very blurry. Sarah's bookcase, Mr. Piggy. Hope you have a good day.
I need to record because it just got intense.
What's going on?
I just said that to you. I literally just said I had to turn the camera on because there was an intense part. It's just a montage so you can still talk and things. And then I went to reading and you said, what's going on? God. Okay, so it's now 5:15. Oh yeah, thank you. It's 5:45. I don't know why I said 5:45. Literally, funny enough, did finish the challenge at 5:10. I was going to read over because I didn't necessarily get as much reading as I thought I would get done today. I'm gonna go over, but then I checked the time when I wanted to have a break and it happened to be on the dot 5:10, so I just thought I'll call it a day. So in total, embarrassingly, out of 24 hours, I only read for 3 hours, but I think it's a good starting point. We'll work on it. We've got many videos to work on it, and I think the other thing is when I probably do this video in the future or in another video, when it's out of Vlogmas, I have more days to film because I can literally just keep timing until I reach the 24-hour mark, if that makes sense. It's a little bit more difficult because I have to finish it on time so I can edit and upload it on time for Vlogmas, if that makes sense. So in the end, I believe I said I started on page 450? Yeah, like 450, and I finished on 454 pages. I finished on page 554, which means I read 104 pages in 3 hours. For some people, might be nothing. For me, I'm pretty impressed with that. That is very good for me. So yeah, I basically started filming. The last clip you saw was me making sharp reactions. It was when Nesta had a episode of finding out where the harp was located, and then the exploration of that harp incident. So her slaying immortal guy, I can't remember his name, I couldn't even pronounce it if I tried. Also her saving Cassian and using the harp to get out of the prison. But I was just, it was so intense. I was like freaking out because when she said Briellen knows where she is, I was thinking, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Like, it kind of was really nerve-wracking. But I honestly love her sword. Like, that sword is incredible, and I think it's so cool that it can slay mortal beings. But also in return to that, that's really concerning, because when that power is discovered, obviously who knows what will happen. So I definitely think the adventure with this sword is obviously not over in this book, but I definitely don't think it definitely will be incorporated into future books and could cause a lot of havoc. So I love this sword though. I think it's just such a cool thing, and I honestly just love Sarah J Maas's writing. I think she's so creative in what she implements and incorporates into her storyline. Yeah, I just couldn't recommend you reading her ACOTAR series more. I haven't read her Throne of Glass series, however I have heard great things about it, so I will be getting to that probably next year. Not probably, I will be getting to that next year. But truly, as someone who does not read fantasy often, I cannot put this series down. So I would definitely recommend it. If you are looking for somewhere to start with fantasy, please do not be intimidated by the size of it. You just fall in love with the characters and you forget how many pages you've read. But I am honestly very proud of myself on how much I've read, which definitely means I will be finishing this Vlogmas, whether that's this week or next, but I 100% will be finishing this book quite soon, which is great, but also kind of sad, because that means I don't know when the next book's coming out. But I'm gonna end this Vlogmas video off here so that I can edit it and get it ready to upload. I hope you all enjoyed it. I know it's like a mini version of a larger challenge, but I just thought it'd be fun to incorporate into my Vlogmas. But yeah, please give it a like if you did, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you all in tomorrow's Vlogmas. Goodbye.